Good day and welcome to the February plot tour. What is it? It's about the 12th, I think, or 13th of February now, so a bit later than we try to do it normally. However, it's just been a really difficult month so far, and obviously, we've just said goodbye to Storm Kiara, and we're just about to have Storm Dennis. So I'm doing this in between those two, where it's actually a um, glorious February day. Lots of sun. The sun's coming in from here, as you can most probably see on this side of my face. And yeah, so I'm just going to do the plot tour. Oh, look, I found a piece of cardboard. Can you see that piece of cardboard there? Um, yeah, really pleased to have got that. You'll see why in a minute. Anyway, I'll get on with the tour now. Here we are at the corner of the plot, which, as you know, goes up to the compost bin up the end behind the rows here, down to this corner, and then right up to the polytunnel. So it's all one plot now. I'm not going to show you the lower plot because it's no longer our plot. Anyway, what have we been up to? Most of it has been on these beds. So you will have seen from the video about me leveling off these beds so that they sit on the ground. This one here, as you can see, is a bit troublesome. But what we're going to do is just put slates down the inside of this side, which will mean that it'll effectively be touching the ground. The reason we couldn't go any lower was because there's a pipe, really annoyingly, but there we are. So all of these this has had a single layer of cardboard. This now has a double layer, and these three beds at the top have all had 3 layers of cardboard, thick cardboard underneath them. They survived quite well Storm Kiara. I did come down on Saturday before the storm hit that evening and put all of these extra decking boards down on the cardboard. So fortunately it hasn't blown away. Nothing really happened over there. You can see my shadow on this area. Still needs to be done, still needs to be covered, but all that takes time. However, this is sort of quite a change here. You may remember from our video that these 2 beds here were just cardboard, 3 layers of cardboard. They now have a whole host of compost on top of them. Now, we have a local riding stables. It's about maybe 5 miles from us, and a friend and myself, a fellow plot holder and myself, used her car, and we moved 7 tons of compost a few days ago, last week in fact. Sorry about my shadow. Just coming over here so that I can show you the compost. It's really fabulous. I mean, it really is. It's pliable. It's a mixture of horse manure and compost and wood chips and hay, and really, really pleased. So here are 2 1-ton bags which we filled up. Then each of these has had a ton of compost in them. So these 2 bags will do for the next 2 beds. And then we need to go and get some more next week for those 2 beds at the end. I do need to put more cardboard down. As I say, these have 2 layers, and these at the back only have 1 layer of cardboard. However, I have found some more cardboard, as I just said, but I need to get much more. Then coming around, nothing sort of huge change-wise here. This is going to be the next bed that we sort. And if you remember, we're turning this bed upside down, so the legs won't be going into the ground as they were previously. Oh, look, this is a funny thing. Look, here's our green line to at the edge of our plot, and our neighbours have put in a pink line at the edge of their plot. That did make me laugh the other day when I came down. They did say they'd done it, so, or they said that there was something that would make me laugh anyway. Broad beans. Yeah, these are all doing fine. They've gone into their sort of semi-dormancy now. A few are being nibbled, but yeah, they're generally doing fine. So that's good. Needs a weed though. Storm Chiara uncovered our Cavallo Nero, which is all going to seed, so we're going to be eating that at the weekend. So if I come in here, you can see Cavallo Nero turning into sprouting cabbage, so we're going to be eating that this weekend and harvesting everything from this bed and preparing this bed. This will be the next bed to be prepared. Our garlic is doing absolutely fine, looking really good, quite strong. The necks are looking nice. Gosh, a bit of things blown about. See, the windmill is down there, that's there, it's not normally there, that's blown over. Anyway, this bed I think we're going to use for our carrots. You may remember we've got one bed from the lower plot to come in here, which is the same height as this bed here, where we normally do our carrots and parsnips. However, we've still got so many carrots in the one down, right down there, that I'm going to use this one for early carrots. Then I'm just going to stand here and spin around, I think. The collard greens are all fine and being harvested. The Portuguese cabbage, which is this lot here, has fallen over rather a bit, but I know I say each time I'm going to go over there. I mean, just look at that. I mean, that's magical for this time of year, to have those harvests at this time of year. Someone did say they're perennial. I'm wondering whether they are, these Portuguese cabbage. I'm right in the way. Anyway, time will tell, I guess. Bed's being covered over. I would ideally like another layer of cardboard on that. And on this bed, another layer of cardboard on that one. Right, this is where we have parsnips on the left there and a few carrots still here on the right. And things have blown over in the storm, but I think, yay! Can you see that? Let's see if I can. Oh, look, there's another one. You see there? Oh, look, there's one there. This is our elephant garlic. So our elephant garlic has started coming up. Oh yes, there's another one there. Excellent. So we're now starting to see some elephant garlic coming up. Not much. I better take those pots off. But yeah, great. Terrific. Right, Storm Chiara has blown a bit of cardboard here and cardboard here, so I better put that back and weight that down. Otherwise, there's no point in doing what I'm doing. Our calendula is looking a bit the worse for wear. I think these bits may have been caught completely. But you know what? There's growth at the bottom there. Can you see down there? There's growth. And also our Nigella, that's the green in the middle now. Down here, our Nigella is up, so that's great. Much of the Nigella that we have under here is being covered. Smothered, in fact. Right. Gosh, yes, the wind's got to a few things over here. The shed window blew out, but that shed is so decrepit now anyway. Big Amazon box. This is the thing with the Amazon boxes now. They come with this horrible, horrible security tape, which, can you see that white there? That bit of white is plastic. So even though this is paper, it's threaded through with white plastic. So I want to get all of that off before I lay it on the soil. Can you see that? All threaded through with plastic. So bloody annoying. Anyway, I'll dampen this area to take the whole thing off because I don't want these bits of plastic going into the bed. But anyway, nice big box. Pleased to have that. Oh, let's just come over here. Gosh, yeah, quite a few things have blown over. Right. These are perennial kale, are Taunton Dean. So this is the Indian perennial kale. We've got lots of cuttings, as you can see. Look at that. And we are going to be selling these most probably on eBay or something. So I will let you know when we're doing that. So if you do want some Taunton Dean perennial kale, then we will have them. Other bits and pieces here. Just needs a really good sort through. Oh, look, little baby rhubarb coming up. Can you see that in there? And at the back. Needs a weed though. Weed seeds have got in. Weeds! Gosh, so much tidying. I thought I'd had a nice tidy, but that storm has sort of taken quite a lot on. Let's go in the poly. Right. All of these bags at the back I've dumped here. They're from the movement of the compost. So we didn't move the compost into those big 1-ton bags. We put them into the smaller bags, these smaller bags, which are like rubble sacks, and then move them all down here and then put them into the big ton bags. We've still got some lettuce and things down here, which is great. Coming on to things that we have sown. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put it on the tripod now, because I may drop this otherwise. No, I realised that wasn't going to work. Right, let me just lift up. Oh, slightly dry at the front. These are our white Lisbon spring onions, and at the back we have 2 types of lettuce and 1 type of mustard in the middle. They're bearing up really well with the cold. It'll be interesting to see how they do. Our January sowings. Oh, wow. Right, what do we have? Broccoli rabe, 60 days. 1,000 head kale. Earliest cabbage. Collard greens. These are seeds of the ones that we've seen outside. And then at the back, those are all modular sown turnips. So these are all brassicas, and one would expect them to be bearing up with this cold. So very pleased with that. I'm just going to put the lid there for the minute. These are our Elsa Craig onions that we sowed on Boxing Day. Yeah, they're all doing fine. Need to put all these back on properly. Then moving down here, I'm not expecting anything in here. Again, January sowings. So these are tomatoes. Oh, some coriander. Can you just see that single coriander there? There's a coriander up, but nothing else. No sweet peas yet. Or maybe sweet peas are in here. Let me just move that. Yeah, sweet peas are in here, but nothing yet. Sweet peas at the back, chervil here. But I do notice just in here is another second sowing of spring onions. Can you just see that little bit of green there and there? And there's one there as well. So the spring onions are starting to come up in this tray, but nothing else in those trays at the back. So those are our January sowings. So this was done on Boxing Day. These are the Ailsa Craig onions that were done on Boxing Day. The lettuce and spring onions were done about, I think, about the middle of December. And then the rest of these were done about 2 weeks ago. So yeah, what I am going to do, you can see these are bending just a little bit this way. That's obviously going towards the light. I'm going to turn this whole tray around so that these green ones are at the back. Basically just to even out the light. So I will do that now. But right, that's our plot tour for February. Quite a brief one. So I am pleased with the work we've done over here, and particularly pleased to have got that compost. Collecting it ourselves is obviously free, apart from the fuel in the car and the time it takes to do it. To have it delivered was going to be £70 a tonne. So each of those tonne bags there would have cost us £70 delivery. And of course we'd have had to, that would have been to the gate. The gate of our plot is right over there, right by that pub. So it would have been delivered to the gate and needed to be shifted anyway in wheelbarrows. So fabulous to have got that. Oh, one thing to mention, I'll cut it in here. Our old plot right down here, which we've moved from, the new tenants of that have asked whether we'd be willing to look after a space on it for this year, because they don't think they're going to be able to get round to it. And that is a 1.2 by 6 meter space. So we are going to be using that this growing year as well. So, oh, Mr. Blackbird. Okay, there we are. That is our February tour. I'm getting mixed up with my months, I think. That's our February tour, and we will see you really soon. Bye.